Turn back, ye who be expecting content, for there be none past this point.
G'day mates, and welcome to City Skylines with my email at meme@email.com. I think I have a Paradox account, but you know what, fuck it. So, I have just finished watching Battlestar Galactica. This is entirely, slightly related to why I'm recording this now, but I'll chat through that while I'm talking. So this little series, I guess, maybe it'll be a series, maybe it won't be, I don't know. I'm just want to play some City Skylines, because I kind of feel like it. It's been a while, I got all the DLC. Let's hop in, and I'm basically just going to chat away and talk while I play. So, I think I've also turned on random natural disasters. Anyway, so anything I record in City Skylines, obviously I'm going to cut it down so it's just the good parts. For this first episode, it might just be me talking the entire time. Like, I'm not going to be talking literally the entire time, be like, hey, we're just waiting for my money to go up so I can build something else or something else to happen, so I'm just going to keep talking. But in this case, I have stories to talk about and things to tell. Because I have just finished watching Battlestar Galactica, and you know what it is, right? Because I watched it a while back, and I'll piss off. Also, I've gotten a few essential mods. The first mod was, and if we pause, I can buy all 25 squares of the land. I think you can only buy 9 in the base game. I can buy all 25 squares, so you can build across the entire map. Ooh, is that like a ruin at the top? Those look awesome. Anyway, I also got an automatic bulldozer thing. Hey, piss off. So you can automatically bulldoze abandoned buildings, and of course, I exterminated Chirpy, the single worst feature of this game. Like, Paradox, I love what you do. And I mean, like, I'm not sure if you that developed this, but anyway. Point is, Chirpy was actually the worst thing in the game, and were I not able to just remove it from the game, which you have to do by a mod, you can't even do it through an option, I might not even play the game. That's how fucking annoying Chirpy is. For those of you who don't know, Chirpy is like a Twitter bird that appears up here, and every few seconds is like, "Bidding, there's a new tweet. Hashtag, give us water, mayor. Hashtag, I don't like using bottled water. Hashtag, fucking blow my own brains out by the end of it." Yeah, it's annoying. And it's one joke that bings at you every 10 fucking seconds and takes up this bit of the screen. Anyway, Battlestar Galactica. So you know how it is when you're watching the show for a long time, because I've always watched it. We're gonna be idiots and connect these things up to begin with, so there we go. I've got all the DLC, so I've got all the fancy bits and pieces. Let's turn some music on. Let's turn on some relaxation station, shall we? You. Oh yeah, this is how we do. Okay. So yeah, I've been watching it for a while because a friend put me onto it, and holy shit, do I enjoy Battlestar Galactica. It's the realistic sort of sci-fi stuff. You know, it's the guns are still guns. You know, physics are physics. All sorts of stuff. It's quite fun. As someone who enjoys playing Kerbal Space Program, that's kind of a funny comparison. But yeah, Kerbal Space Program and Battlestar Galactica are very nice comparisons. So I'm thinking, let's get a little bit of design going here. I'm thinking we have our first little hamlet on this side of the river. Anyway, so I've been watching it forever, and it finally ended, and man oh man, for those of you, I'm gonna Tom, you have to put a little spoiler thing here, because I'm gonna spoil shit for a bit. So if you want to watch the show, or haven't watched the show, even though it's now I say it's now what? I think the show ended 2009, it's now 8 fucking years old, bloody hell. Anyway, so Battlestar Galactica, the ending, oh my. Can I just say, I'm a man who enjoys my tearjerkers, right? I'm not ashamed to say that there is not a lot I wouldn't cry at if you're a fucking Grand Admiral man and your lady love dies and you sit there talking to her on the fucking side of a hill. That's a tearjerker, my good man. Like, I'm getting very bloody invested in stories because I enjoy writing them so much. You know, I do so much D&D and all that sorts. My god, this looks like trash. Anyway. Yeah, so I get so bloody invested in it, and god, the worst thing with any story, it was the same with Star Trek, it was the same with bloody, Game of Thrones, I guess, not even with Game of Thrones, it's not the same feeling with Game of Thrones, it was the same with, oh god, what was the show it was worse with? Walking Dead, it definitely happened with the games for me. I'm talking about it's funny enough, I said The Walking Dead, it was just assumed that, I was talking about the games. I'm not really that big a fan of the show, it's alright, but still, anyway, it's just sort of that feeling of you know what? That's it. It's over. It's done. There is no more content for this. I know that's happened a lot with roleplay shows. For those who don't know, roleplay is a thing by IpMeJP, good lad on Twitch, where basically we're gonna switch up to this thing. plays D&D, so like with groups, and it's all very well, well made. So it's like, they get big casters from Twitch in and all that sort of stuff. But the original series, especially, was pretty bloody rough to see it go, because it was just like the first experiment, and like they were doing a rerun just today of the original series, and it was like, just everyone was sitting around. It was a vodcast, that's what you call them on Twitch, and they were just replaying the old series, right? I think it was just the first episode, but man, the fucking memories, like. Nostalgia is one thing I love to shit on. I'm like, you know what, you just like that because of nostalgia. And then I watch something, I'm like, I love it. I love it because of nostalgia. It's good shit. It's good shit, man. Anyway, I'm still blanking on the actual name of the damn thing, but yeah, it's like whenever a show ends and you're like, alright, that is as far as it goes. There's no more episodes after this. There's no more things to consume. I know that happens with book series a lot as well. I was about to give another one. See, Game of Thrones is not as bad because Game of Thrones is gonna happen again. There's the next series. And I know it'll happen to me when the final series of Game of Thrones hits. And I'll be like, alright, that's it. There ain't no more Game of Thrones. George R. R. Martin's finally kicked the butt. Well, a little bit offensive there. He does get super pissed that Mr. Martin... I say that like I know him, of course. Me and Martin, we hang out on the weekends and we talk shit about who will die next. Tyrion's on the chopping block lately, but yeah. Yeah, people give him shit for like, fucking hell, he's gonna die before he releases the next book. I'm like, imagine if you said that about anyone else. Like, hey dad, you're gonna fucking die before you get your next achievement. It's like, hey, guess what, Belinda? You know what? Before you get promoted at work, you're gonna fucking die. That's how fucked you are. You're gonna fucking die. I was like, okay. Little bit rough, a little bit angry. You could just say he's a bit slow at releasing books. You don't have to imply he's going to fucking die. Right, ignore the upbeat music for a moment. I actually forgot to continue spoiling it. I'm just so chilled out and chatting at the moment. I fucking love shit like this. This is why I want to live stream. Bloody God, can't do that till September though, because my the NBN for Australia doesn't come in till then, and fuck those bastards, not fixing it sooner. Anyway, so the whole thing with Battlestar Galactica's ending is they finally, they get Hera back, the child, and they get to actual Earth, not the Earth that they referred to, that the Silence came from. And they land down and they decide, you know what, we're going to go tribal, instead of trying to hold on technology. Now that's where I disagree with the show. I'm like, no, fuck that. Like, all you're doing is setting yourself back a few thousand years. The show's ending, the epilogue shows that the whole rise of robotics and everything happens again anyway, so why would you revert your technology? But I mean, like, it was still a very poetic moment, and I have to say, holy shit. Oh. William Adama and Laura Roslin was just fucking tearjerkers. I shed some to that. That was fucking impressive. Like, the way that was built, fucking Adama, his speech, like, that, Edward's, like, whole acting in the entire series is by far and away the best. He is so good. Oh, man, no. That ending. Oh, shit, I'm making wrong roads. I'm an idiot. Anyway, so, I disagree with the ending, because actually, funny enough thing is, George R. R. Martin, I'm not sure, I think I was talking about him earlier, because, God, I'm so confused as to the timeline of this, I'm actually just losing my mind, but, anyway, he actually said the ending was shit, in I guess like an interview, because, it was just like, God did it, there you go, God did it, and I have to agree with him on that, like, the fact that it was just like, God, he did it. That's actually what was Gaius Baltar was right all along. Yeah, I don't know. I'm a fan of self-creation more than anything. I love any fucking movie where someone's like, you have to do this, and then someone's like, you know what? Fuck that, and then they don't do it, no matter how it ends up. I'm like, you know what? Props. That person was. That's why I loved the ending of The World's End. Holy shit! Simon's Pegg movie. Fuck. I'm gonna have to. Fucking spoilers, why am I an idiot? Anyway, you know what? Spoilers for The World's End now. This isn't even going to be a series. Fuck it, I'm just chatting. This is just Rimmy's Thoughts. Welcome to Rimmy's Thoughts. Here we're going to talk about random TV shows and movies that honestly should have stopped talking about a while ago. I mean, you can think many things, but let's be honest, he's just fishing for a video here because he got drunk one night and forgot to make enough videos for the rest of the weekend. That's all that's happening here. There is no content to be seen. You can go home now. Anyway, so the ending of The World's End. overall, not my favourite Simon Pegg movie. Really was not a fan of it. Compared to Shaun of the Dead, which was my far and away compared to Hot Fuzz, which is far and away my favourite movie, and then Shaun of the Dead, The World's End was just okay, is the best way to describe it. It was humorous, it had the same shot style, it just didn't have that it was just, its characters were unlikable, its theme and it's like, sort of, what do you call it? Its whole, like, I guess what was happening was just not that interesting. It's like, hey, pub crawl, but also aliens, why? I don't really know, it was just, But the ending, fuck me, the ending was beautiful. Just bend me over and call me daddy, because that ending was amazing. The way they, like, so those you don't know, they basically, there's this big alien god thing that brought technology to Earth. I mean, it's not alien gods, it's just aliens, I suppose. And they're like, you know, hey, fuck you, humans, why can't you just sit down and be quiet and accept us giving you technology? And then he goes in this big speech that's just like, you know, humans will literally never sit down and do that. We are the most stubborn things in the universe. And it's like you'd better accept it. But like, that speech is just so fucking poetic. And he's like, I love it, because it's just like, you know what? Fuck you. We're humans. We're not going to accept your bullshit no matter how good it is for us. We are stubborn. Go fuck yourself. And I so heavily agree with it. I love that ending. Like, the speech. And then the thing's just like, fine, we'll destroy you then. And he's like, fine, we'll leave then. Because they take technology with them. Basically, all technology goes offline, if I recall correctly. And they're like, you know what? Fine, fuck you then. And so they're like, fine with it. And they bloody, yeah, and so they leave and then they go to tribal. And then there's like, humans are still around. They're just like, you know what? Hey, I guess we're tribal now. Because fuck those guys. You know what? Fuck those guys. And that was, man, so good. It's just a shame the rest of the movie was a bit shit. Anyway. No. Levels, no. Education.
Bring the whole family to At the Old Grain Mill, old-fashioned family restaurant. At the Old Grain Mill always has the best service and the best home-style meals in town. We'll make sure you always leave At the Old Grain Mill with a smile and a full belly. Now, be sure that you come down to At the Old Grain Mill, old-fashioned family restaurant, and not the abandoned grain facility at the edge of town. It's not safe for visitors and poses serious risks to anyone who dares enter that old mill, which was forced to close down years ago. We ordered our sign and uniforms before we learned of the existence of that dangerous old flour mill, so we are not responsible for what happened there on that awful night. We just want to focus on making great meals every night at the Old Grain Mill. Old-fashioned family restaurant at the Old Grain Mill, from our family to yours.
Oh my god, that was such a Rick and Morty-esque thing. That was fucking beautiful. I didn't even realize they had ads. This is great. So, I've been playing Witcher 3. I have gotten Men of War Assault Squad, Assault Squad 2 rather, as many of you suggested. A Squid Squad Squan was fucking horrible. Assault Squad 1, I hated it. Assault Squad, fuck, I've done it now, I can't say it any other way. Squim Squam 2, on the other hand, is actually pretty well made. It's got modern controls, which is the weirdest thing, where I've, so, like, with Men of War 1, right, you have the sort of friggin' arrow keys is look, because that's how things used to be. No, sorry. Numpad is look, and then arrow keys is unit movement, which is really fucking weird. Let's just bloody put this on here. Whoa! Painting a district. I do quite enjoy these elements. If you want to see, like, more of this game and me actually playing it, like, this is not, I've just realized, like, at the start I said this might be a series. No, this is just me rambling. Welcome to Rimmy Rambles over City Skylines, because of some fucking reason. Anyway. Point is, if you want to see an actual series, let me know, because I do quite enjoy this game, and I think I could play more of it. Like, I'm getting back into it, having not played it in forever. And I think I need a coal power plant. Shit. Welp. We're fucked. Give me $60,000. Hooey. I'm gonna build a coal power plant now. Oh boy. What was even that? Coal power plant. Perfect. But actually, speaking of, right, there's the Game of Thrones RP.
Meteorologists are issuing a thunderstorm warning
Shit.
for the coming days. Citizens are advised to stay indoors.
You literally will not let me build these! God damn it! A lightning rod policy can help protect building. The fuck's a lightning rod policy?
Pass.
Well, shit's already on fire. This is good fun. Where'd you can name this? Shit's on fire, yo. Perfect. Exactly what I needed in this time. Exactly what my people needed in their time of great distress and fire. What the shit? Did these get struck by lightning? Oh, they did too. Well, that's bloody annoying, isn't it? We good? We done? Oh, another one got struck by lightning. And another one got struck by lightning.
And another one down, another one down.
And another one got struck by lightning. And we Gucci. Okay. Oh, for fuck's sake, this one got struck by lightning too. Done. Right. What's this? Oh, open disaster reports. No casualties. Building set on fire. Tree set on fire. 50... Oh, sweet Jesus, Mary and Joseph. No, I don't care about being a tiny town. The end times have come. I have a feeling this might burn out of control, because I've got no way of stopping them, and there's no... Can we listen to music yet? Lockstoff and Thee. It's good stuff. Anyway, let's continue on not doing that. We could build a park. A small park. So, RPGs wise, I love me some D&D, right? I'm the kind of lad who does enjoy a good bit of D&D, right? In saying that, a good bit of D&D is a bit of a fucking understatement. I've played the game forever and a day. I have played a fuck ton of that game. I love it. Like, Dungeons & Dragons in all its forms is great. And it's not even Dungeons & Dragons I've played the most of. I've played way more of Shadowrun, of Only War. This sadly got discontinued because Games Workshop is a cunt. Like, Games Workshop, why? So, Games Workshop had this great thing with Fantasy Flight Games. Fantasy Flight Games are these great people who make board games. And they make some of the finest board games I've seen in a while. They made Twilight Imperium, if I recall correctly. I believe so. I think it says so in my closet. I believe they made that. But yeah, they produce a fuck ton of games, and a lot of the more modern ones, really high production quality, and generally, all around, very good. Games Workshop had to deal with them, and they made a great board game, and they made, one of the things that I love most was they made a bunch of RPGs. They made, what's this? Water problems? No, that's weird, okay. This is pretty average. I'm gonna switch back to the main thing, perfect. And they made, you know, the Warhammer RPG, so you can play as, like, Imperial Guardsmen, you can play as Heretics, as Space Marines, all in a sort of very much, what do you call it? A D&D style game. And then, last year in September, they were like, yeah, we're just cancelling our partnership, okay, done. And then Fantasy Flight's like, well, shit, okay, so we're gonna have to cancel all those expansions for Only War that you love so much, Rimmy. You know that expansion for Only War and those supplements for those other games and all that, and the board game expansions, we're just cancelling those because Game Workshop is just hates money. Games Workshop legitimately hates anything that makes it money. Well, actually, I lie. The whole reason they do that is because they don't get as much money out of it as fucking scabbing models. Scabbing models, right? Freaking scabbing off players for the 10,000th time by releasing a new set of models for $10 billion a piece, and they're just fucking bits of plastic. Yeah, look, I used to play Warhammer 40,000 as a kid, now I'm just flying around the map. I am rather bitter about the amount of money I wasted on that game. I love that game, but holy fuck, I wish I would go back in time and just be like, you know what, give me my money and I'll use it in the future for shit that doesn't cost ridiculous amounts for something that's not worth it. Like, Warhammer's a great game, and the lore and the universe is amazing, but fuck me. What a waste of money with how much they try and charge you for. Like, ridiculous amounts. And the problem is, people pay that, so... Although less and less people have been paying it. They're looking to the whales now. They're playing the free-to-play model where instead of getting everyone involved and getting everyone paying, say, $20 for an army, which obviously... Well, let's say like everyone pays like $200 for an army. They're now like, okay, actually fuck those people who only want to pay that much. Everyone must now pay $3,000 for an army. And then there's like... Most people won't do that, but then there's like... People who are like, oh yeah, no, I'll do that. Actually, fuck it, I'll put 30,000 in. You know, it's those sort of people they run off. It's what free-to-play runs off. So, 99% of people in free-to-play won't ever touch this store. But then there's that 1% who touches it far too much, and then they have to call the police. And wow, this is quite beautiful. Don't remember seeing this. Oh, we can build canals. This sounds expensive and pointless. I'm going to do it. Allow zoning near water. Ooh. Ooh. You had my attention, but now you have my interest. Wait, which way does that quote go? I legitimately do not know. Well, that looks significantly less nice than I thought. I've just driven a fucking, like, a file into the universe. Jesus. Let's try and curve that off a bit, shall we? That looks a little bit better. It's still dog shit. Ugh. Hang on. Let me get a road attached to that. Can we attach roads to this? Let's bloody hope so. Nope. Not even slightly. Right here. Perfect. Would you look at that as they come into the town. Right past the grand old standing rock. What was I even recording here? This has just gone into mental... Oh, Magica. Ooh. Holy fuck. Yes. Where is this going to go? It is going to go on the edge of town. No, we should put it on the water. Yes. Yes, this is an excellent idea. There can go nothing wrong with this. Yes, yes. Oh, yes. Tell me how smart I am. Yes. That's weirdly fucking creepy. I'm actually just going to put it here. Why? Because I want Magica. I could get some basketball, but, hey, what the shit? Is it like a school or something here? Oh, I've totally just knocked out what? What's that? What I'm about to destroy. Get me out of this fucking view. I'm about to destroy a police station and a firehouse just so I can build a theme park. Awesome. This is exactly what my people want. See? Look! They're happy. They're pleased with what I've done. My decision was the correct one, yes? Excellent. Let's try and destroy the least houses as possible. There we go. Anyway, so bloody... Yeah, no, so I'll have some RPGs. We're actually going to play probably the Game of Thrones RPG next. Now that is a cool RPG. So the whole Game of Thrones RPG is based around the fact that you... I've got the hiccups, help! You don't just have a character, you have a house as well. And the good thing is, it says, like, you know, you don't have to play houses. You can play the free folk, you can play adventurers, you can play slaves, you can play friggin' anything you want, right? You can play merchants. That was quite a fun idea. Was being like Bravosi or being like a captain of a ship. You can play just raiders, or you can play Brotherhood of Banners, Brotherhood without banners, rather. The exact opposite of the Brotherhood with banners. And yeah, so it's like this really cool well-made game. This, thankfully enough, is by Green Ronin, not Fantasy Flight, so it's not going to fall to pieces eventually, and I'll have to cry about it. See, now that's something. That actually gives me the sort of sad feeling that the ending of Battlestar gave me, is the knowing that there can be no more Only War. Every time I pick up and play that game, I'm just reminded, like, no, that's it. There's no more supplements. You love this game, but go fuck yourself. You're never getting an update for it. And I'm like, but what if they added mass combat like they promised they were going to? No, go fuck yourself, Tom. I know you love the game, and I know you've spent... Literally, like, look, there's a reason why I'm salty about this. You know, like, this is... So, I get fucking emotional about stories, because I get invested in them, right? Fuck off, Boomtown, who cares? Who cares about story, as I deny my town its own? Anyway, so bloody... What the shit is happening here? What are we not... No, you do got water. Ah, you don't got water. Perfect. Anyway, so bloody... Yeah, I get really invested in them, and obviously, you know, get a bit teary up when they end, and there's all sorts of do that to me. I'm just trying to remember the show that last happened to me with it, and but there's a reason why I care about Only War and that sort of stuff, and my old D&Ds, because so far, for our current game of Only War, which is the Warhammer RPG, which is why I feel a little bit touchy about it. Oh shit, I can't actually check on my phone. No! I'll be back in a moment. Here we go. 53 pages of full content. No, that doesn't actually... Yeah, no, it is 53. There we go. It might not sound like a lot. It is. It's a fucking load, because it's not 53 pages of just straight up me writing a story, right? Because if this was a story, I'd be like, wow, 53 pages, really? That's it? You wrote 53 pages? But no. 53 pages of setup for a story for me to then tell. You know, it's the thing with D&D. I don't write what will happen, because I can't do that. It's D&D. If you write what will happen, you're a shit DM. I'm sorry, there's no two ways about it. If you literally have, this is what will occur, then you are a crappy DM. You don't understand the spirit of the game. The spirit of the game is that anything can happen. You might have a goal that you want to happen, but if the players decide to bunker down and fucking, I don't know, defeat the great evil without going on your shitty quest, or straight up just kill the king, or start a fucking candy shop, then they should be able to do that. That's the wonder of D&D. That's the beauty of it. That's why I love to play it. When my players fuck my game up so royally, I throw all of my notes aside and you go, you know what, fuck it, I'm winging it from here. That's the best part of D&D. So, 53 pages, and that's just one game. We've played a lot more than that. So for then to fucking Games Workshop to come along and be like, you know what, we're done supporting it. I'm just like, no. It's the end of an era. You know, it's that sort of thing. It's always the end of an era. Bloody, see, it's like Rick and Morty, Game of Thrones don't really get me because they're coming back, but stuff that isn't coming back, that's what gets me. Aragon as well, a book series. Actually, if I look here, so Gaunt's Ghost has got me in the moment. Sort of sucks because Gaunt's Ghosts, which is a Warhammer novel series, great series, but currently the next book is fucking, I don't know. So, yeah, it was meant to be like last year, then it was meant to be January, then it was meant to be like March, and now it's July, so yeah. Who the fuck knows? And it's that sort of stuff, but there's another game it was The Walking Dead, obviously, the game's got me like that. Borderlands, God, the Tale from the Borderlands got me with that sort of shit, that's it. Like, I know they're doing a season 2, but fucking hell, the ending to that game was great. So let's just dispense any idea that this is meant to be a gameplay video now, because you know what, I went into it intending it, and then I just went on so many tangents. There is no gameplay in this video. Look, we built a village! What the fuck is that in the background? Hang on, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not even at the keyboard right now. Oh, it's a ferry, right, it's like a cargo ship, actually. If you want to see me actually play this game, let me know. I really do enjoy it, and there will be actual gameplay. It will be edited down. That was something I was trying to say at the start, is if I do gameplay this footage, fuck me. If I do gameplay this video of this game, I can't even get it right when I'm trying. If I do footage of this game, it'll be cut down, so it's not like, it'll be like an hour of footage cut down to 20 minutes, or longer than that, cut down to a shorter time, just so it's like actually getting shit done each episode. It's not just gonna be like, and if I'm like just designing one thing in an episode, if I'll just do that, that'll be the episode. If I'm like designing an awesome park, or like an awesome district, that'll be that. But if I'm like, I am now, I'm like just doing a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here, a fucking power outage I can see. I like how even when I'm not meant to be playing a game, I'm getting annoyed by it. Damn it! Fix your shit! Good. Shit. You know what? Just fucking trying to do this from so high up it doesn't work. Hang on. Perfect, that'll do. Anyway, so stuff that's finished. I actually made a list of stuff that's finished. I'm just kicked back right now, like, chilling. And this is all stuff, and I remembered what I was thinking about. So, the biggest thing for me it's not actually... Wait, I've just realised how much of a fucking idiot I am. Did I actually put... I looked... Why did I put... Okay, you know what? Just gonna fix that up. I can't have... You know what? No, fuck it. Once this is done, I'm not touching the keyboard again until we finish up, because I need to say some things. Damn it. I got shit to prophesize. Beautiful. Okay. So, that's kind of a nice shot. Let's do this a little bit more in focus. Perfect. So, I realised that the biggest thing for me is, like, when shows end, that's it. There's always more you can get from something that has an end. Like, you might be super sad, and you might be, like, crushed, defeated, sad, but there's always more. But when a show ends, and that's it, you're done. And that's the biggest thing for me, is a lot of our best moments in D&D being sort of that. It's like, you know what? That's it, we're done, we're finished, That is the end, that is the final episode, and it's rough. And weirdest thing is I realised what I was talking about, what the thing that was affecting me so much. The biggest thing, and this is going to be something fucking funny, the biggest, like, tear-jerking ending, like, fucking sad, I'm like, I'm crushed that that's over. It's not even a series that's over. It was Red versus Blue. Now, for those who don't know, that is Rooster Teeth's, who is like a big, huge company revolving around YouTube and internet videos. Their Machinima series, which started off being them filming fucking Halo 1 multiplayer guys like bobbing their head to act as if they're talking, like old style machinima stuff. Really funny stuff, right? And it was just sort of, shitty voiceover like, and then the person would be like nodding their head to indicate that they were talking. And it's gone for, it's like 14th season, and now it's like great animation. It still uses the head bobbing stuff as like for certain episodes, but like it's now also got episodes that are like full-blown animation, beautiful, smooth, great voice acting, great storylines, and the biggest thing is the ending to 2 seasons. The first is the ending of the season where they have the fight with the meta, and the second is the ending of the season where they have the fight on board a ship. I can't remember what the ship's called, but basically both of them had the same theme. It's this one character giving a speech as an outro, and the speech is beautiful, and it's like, and the speech is basically like, good luck, I gotta go, I'm done. The first time, they get him back. That's like a big thing. I've just gotta put spoiler warnings to this whole fucking video, don't I? Anyway, the second time, doesn't look like they'll be doing it. Of course, if they do, I feel like if they pull it back the second time, it's gonna be, seriously, it's gonna be like his "Can anyone die in this series?" But yeah, it's just a great speech about. They give one of the best speeches in the second time, and the reason why I love that ending so much, the end of the series, is it's just the speech goes, the thing with heroes is they never know that they're a hero. They have to make that sacrifice not knowing whether they saved the day or not. In the end, they just have to have a little bit of hope. And fuck me if that's not a great line. Like that. God damn. So should I tell you the rest of the things I looked at? So first and foremost was Aragon. That was one of my first times I really remember that. Aragon was his book series I read when I was growing up. And funnily enough, I think I'm the same age as the guy that wrote it. Dude wrote it when he was like 16 to start with, but being non-hyperbolic, I believe he's like 5 years older than me, which is still fucking close, and Jesus Christ, the books are pretty good. Aragon is like the whole Dragon Rider series. It had a terrible movie, a movie that I despise, and apart from that, the books are great. The ending, I disagree with. The ending was shit. The ending was just, it's the same reason George R. R. Martin doesn't like the ending to Battlestar. It was just, gods and shit. I mean, not really. That's a terrible comparison. But anyway, the ending is just like, without too much spoilers, basically there's a prophecy said in the first book, and then in the ending, they fulfill all, like, there's like a bunch of things that's like, you'll do this, you'll do this, you'll do this, you'll do this, and they all happen over the series. But then the final one is something that makes no sense, and it's like, why would they do that? And the most contrived reason in the world pops up, and they're like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm just going to say it. So, spoiler warning for Aragon, if you're going to read it, the last book. The whole thing is that they have dragon riders exist in the world, and they're like, hey, we ride dragons, and we fucking police the world, we're nice people, yay, dragons. And then eventually one of them rose up and became the great evil emperor, and the dragon riders were wiped out, and then, oh wow, one day a boy became a dragon rider, right? And so he grew up, and yeah. And then in the end, Aragon, the boy, defeated the bloody emperor, yada yada yada. Point is, at the end, they find some dragon eggs again, and they're like, we can restart the dragon riders, right? And one part of the prophecy is you will leave this land forever. So just after he finally gets with this elf chick, this fucking elf chick he's been chasing for the entire book series, he's like, oh, I love this elf chick, yay! And she's always like, no, fuck off. Finally he gets with her, and they're like, we're lovey-dovey, we love each other. Wait, does she have a dragon in the end? I don't fucking know. His dragon loves her, whatever. And like, yay. And then he's like, no, I must leave the entire fucking continent because I can't trust that the history won't repeat itself. That's his reason. He basically says, you know what? If I stay here, we might have someone steal the dragon eggs and we might end up with another emperor taking over. And then, therefore, I'm going to sail to the other continent and just live there instead. As for why the elf can't come, for some fucking reason. But the biggest question is, what the fuck do you think is that? How is that going to solve? Do you think people don't have boats? If they really want to steal a dragon egg, do you think a sailing voyage is going to fucking stop them? If they had the power to defeat a fucking dragon, they don't give a shit about having to sail a few months on a fucking sea. Yeah, I'm still salty about that. Anyway, so the next one. The next one was the Golden Compass, which is actually called, I think I've got these books on my desk. Hang on, I'm going to lean over and get these. Sorry, I'm bumping the shit. Oh boy, yeah, it's not, the Golden Compass was the movie, so I have got His Dark Materials. Now, His Dark Materials is the entire book. This book is... I think this is page 1 here. Yep, okay. This book is very big. It's about the size of my keyboard. Okay. Being realistic, it's about half the size of my keyboard. And my keyboard's pretty fucking big. It is a tome. That is how you describe this. It's a great book. The writing is very small, so each page has a fuck ton of writing. Like, just so much writing. Anyway. So this book goes for 1,016 pages. Right? 1,016 pages. And my god, the ending is... so sad. Basically, it's like... the ending is one of those things where oh, for fuck's sake, I'm gonna have to spoil something again, aren't I? I'll try and not spoil this, but basically, yeah, His Dark Materials is Northern Lights, The Subtle Knife, and The Amber Spyglass, and it was turned into a movie called The Golden Compass, which is just the first book. Really good series, really goes really, really weird and religious at one point, and it's just fucking strange, and I'm not a biggest fan. Like, the first book for me is magical and amazing and beautiful, and the second 2 books are like, what the fuck is happening? And I read it because it is a trip. It is a drug trip, reading the next 2 books. But the ending is like, just fucking, these 2 people, these 2 lovers, are from separate worlds, and they have a chance to be together. One of them has a tool that would let them see the other, but they cannot do it because basically their selfish wish to see each other and be in love means that they have to open up holes into the world, right? So basically you would... I can't remember exactly what... but something leaks out. Like energy or something leaks out from the world when these holes are appeared. Now, the thing that doubled down on this pain, like, you can't have any... No, you can't have any of them. No. You can have one. But that one has to be given to the people who are escaping from, like, purgatory, basically. So they cut a hole open from purgatory so people who are, like, damned forever can actually have relief and save their souls. But that's the only one they can have open. And so, these 2 lovers, the way it ends is they go into a garden that exists in both their worlds, and they sit down next to each other, and that's how the book ends. But they're not next to each other, of course, they're in different worlds, but they're just there going, I wish that we were selfish, and that we could see each other. But we fucking can't. And that's how the series ends. It's really good. It's fucking weird. Such a weird, good, I don't know. Anyway, what's the next one I got? I got Life is Strange, kind of. I agree with that. Life is Strange is a great game, and is really, really well done at sort of capturing the... It's weird for me. It's nice for capturing the moments of just, like, whenever you're out in the town with your mates and you're fucking around and having a good time, and, like, you're exploring with some friends, or you're drunk off your fucking face. Like, that... It's those moments it captures really well, like being a teenager. Hella, yeah, well, all that sort of shit is touch cringy, but still. In saying that, I say hella purely because of that game, and I hate myself for it. And the ending is just rough, but I agree. I think the ending... kind of hard to phrase this. I hate the endings. Both of them are stupid fucking choices, and I wish there was an ending that was just basically like, fuck it, I'm going to try everything I can. But at the same time, the bloody, what do you call it? Oh god, I'm blanking. Fucking, it was still sad. It was still like, that's done. That's it. Hooey. That's an emotional journey that we're now fucking stepping off the roller coaster and we're getting our thing from the gift store. Oh boy. And the next one lined up, in face of Life is Strange, Golden Compass, Aragon, Red vs. Blue, fucking Battlestar Galactica. Fucking Battlestar Galactica still tops that out. Battlestar Galactica was a journey and a half. That series was amazing. But the next one in the line is Hotline Miami 2. I ain't shitting you. That game got me good. The ending to that game is so fucking weird. Hotline Miami 2. Hotline Miami 1 was a game with basically, like, almost no story. There was, like, 3... You could sum the entire story up in 3 lines. Right? I won't, but you can. And the ending was just like, hey, fucking cool ending. Like, the whole point of the game was to be fun. You killed things very quickly, you respawned, you killed things, respawned, you killed things. Great game. Awesome, fucking intense, one hit you're dead game, right? The sequel had a ton of story, and it was, the thing with Hotline Miami is all the story is told in like these most drugged out, trippy sequences. Everything in that game is drugged out and trippy and weird, and it's got the sort of the repetition as well. So it's like you'll do the same scene over and over again. Not like the same scene. You'll be like, go to your house, go to your house, go to your house, and things will change, and then they will get worse, right? But bloody number 2 had so much story hidden into it. Like, the way it ended was just so sort of sad. Like, they just sort of sat there and like, you know what? Yep, this is how things are ending. Like, it was just the acceptance of it after so long fighting it, and like, it was basically how little these characters' stories were important that got me. And I was like, shit. Because a fucking... spoilers again. Fucking whatever. A nuclear war breaks out, right? The characters are fucking gangsters and mobsters and like a police detective and like an ex-dude from the army. They can't do shit. After all their stories, after how important they think their lives are, they're like, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, we're gonna kill mobsters. The mobsters like, I'm gonna kill you. They're just fucking dead. That's it. They're gone. They were nothing. And that's why I love the Imperial Guard. That's why I love the sort of the stories of Imperial Guard is just, that's it. You were not the chosen one in God's story. You got hit by a nuke and wiped out. And that's it. And like, it's not as simple as just like, and a nuke falls on them one day. There's a lot more than that. But, yeah. Intense game, that. Next one up, GTA 5. I just really loved Option C all the time. The reason why I love GTA 5 so much is because what I said earlier. Any game where or story where someone says, you know what? Fuck you. No. That is it. The best thing about the ending of GTA 5 is that is how it ends. Because, well, that is how it can end. A guy walks in, and he goes, one of the big villains, and he goes, Option A, you kill friend 1. Option B, you kill friend 2. Option C, you die with a death wish. And Option C is literally that, death wish. Except you fuck the odds and you win. And it's an intense battle, it's an intense fight, and then the final thing is you kicking a guy off a cliff in a fucking car, and you're like, you know what? That was beautiful. The story in GTA 5 was great. Like, that sort of ending. Now, Code Geass, another one. I hate that show. I love that show. I hate that show because of how dumb all the characters are, and how the main character can't figure out how to open his fucking mouth and explain something for every 10 seconds. So instead he betrays everyone because he doesn't know how to fucking talk to people, the twat. Yeah, I have pent-up emotions about a lot of things, don't I? I really do. Anyway, that ending was pretty rough. I'm just gonna move on. I don't really care more about that. Guardians of the Galaxy 2, not afraid to say, me and a mate, drop some tears to that, because, goddamn, the endings of Guardians of the Galaxy 2 was like, my favourite and saddest moment of Guardians of the Galaxy 2 was actually not, like, the end, like, the ending was great. What happened there? Again, more spoilers. I'm actually just going to cover the screen in spoiler alerts at this point. That's what this video is going to be. Anyway, so the fucking ending to it was great. But the best line for me was, and this is the thing, my theme coming again and again. I love the everyman. I love the dude who's just like the guy. He's a human. That's it. That's all he is. He's not Thor. He's not... I mean, it sounds like I like Hawkeye. I don't. I think Hawkeye and all that's a bit rubbish. Because they're still trying to be superheroes. It's like... Oh, I've just realised half my town's on fire. Oh, fuck. Anyway, okay. So it's like... The Imperial Guardsman. He's up against a world of flesh-eating bugs. Of crazy Xenos with technology he can't imagine. Of chaos that will literally rape his mind and turn his intestines into snakes that will eat him alive. And the dude picks up a flashlight and goes, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to fight for the Emperor. And he puts on some cardboard and he steps forward into the battle line and he fights. And he fights. And he will probably die, but he might win. It doesn't matter though, because he still fought. He was the one who fought. He is more brave. He is the bravest warrior out there than the Space Marines. He's braver than the fucking Psychers. He's braver than the Xenos who go to fight. Because he isn't going to come back. That's it. Like, his chances of survival are 0.5% at best. The Space Marine, they're going to walk forwards and be like, oh, no, for the Emperor, I'll die, yeah, but they'll probably still come back. They don't really care. They're fucking gods. The Imperial Guardsman, he dies. He doesn't make it home. He doesn't get to see his family again. And that's what makes it so cool that he still does that. He still serves his duty knowing what will happen. It's the everyman story. And that is why I love the character. So, I don't know his name. His name's like, fuck. He's Yondu's henchman, basically. The one guy left. And at one point, he sides with the mutiny. He doesn't really side with the mutiny, but he does. There's this whole mutiny on board, and they kill all the guys who didn't mutiny. And then at one point, he just walks in, and he's helping free the people, the heroes. And then he just goes, and he has this sort of stupid voice, and he's like, of course, getting to his comedy. And he has this, no, how you doing? I was thinking about a nice hat, like that sort of thing. And then he just walks in and he goes, I'm sorry. They killed all my friends. And I was just like, fuck! And yeah, in the end, he gets to see the Ravagers, his clan rejoin, and he's like super fucking happy, and I'm like, aye, you get your dues, every man, because he sticks his neck out. He goes up alongside, like, the best assassins the world's ever seen, like a super cyborg lady, a fucking Hulk of an alien, like a cybernetically made raccoon, a bloody Ent, is what I was trying to say before I choked. And Yondu, who has a fucking, like, thing on his a psychic arrow that he flies around. He's like a great pirate, a Ravager lord. Ravager? It is Ravagers, right. Reaver's a firefly. Would not believe your eyes. And he's just a dude. And he still fucking fights alongside them. And I'm like, you go, dude. I don't even know your name because I don't think they ever say it. And I had to look it up and I've forgotten it. Anyway. I was saving up for the last one, right before we end it. This fucking video is nothing. I don't even know why I'm uploading this, but anyway. Let's go for a zoom around as I say it. My final one. Let's have a look at this fire. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. Actually, let's get a shot. Hang on, here we go. Oh, nice. A theme park in the background. As my city burns, Rimmy plays the fiddle. Anyway, so my favourite one that did this, by far, was Sam and Max. Sam and Max. That game series was amazing. So they were some of the first adventure games I ever played. Point-and-click adventure games. And they were very, humorous comedy sort of things. It was Sam, the talking dog detective, freelance detective, and Max, the psychotic partner, right? And it was great, and they went around, you solved shit, and you did the classic adventure game thing where the way you'd get information from someone was by like dropping a bowling ball on their head, and you would build a cheese gun to fight a mouse or whatever. I don't know, like I can't remember most of the tricks, but it was a lot of games like that, right? So it was a lot of very humorous stuff. But then the fucking ending, Max essentially dies, and then holy shit, there's this sad as hell credit scene where Sam just walks through the city, and he's just dum. Like, there's not music. I'm like, that was meant to be like his footsteps, whatever. And like the city just stops and watches it. It's like sort of humorous but sad as shit at the same time. Like there's a guy mugging someone, and they both just stop and watch Sam quietly as he passes. And then like someone else walking by stops and watches him as he just sadly trods down and on and on. And I'm like, man, ouch. That is a sad ending. And then something great happens, but still. But like that part there is just like, the game series is over. Max is dead, but then he turns up in a fucking in his universe he killed Sam, which is hilarious. So he killed Sam in his universe, Sam killed Max in his, and then they linked up together. Anyway, point is, I am a huge fan of shows. I guess I get way too invested in shows, and then I'm like, oh man, no, it hurts when they end. I mean, I know I'm going to finish Star Trek again soon, The Next Generation, and I know those last few episodes are like, damn it, Picard, damn it, Riker, get back on your ship and continue. But, it's never going to happen. So that's it, the end of an era. That's what I don't fear it, but she hurts when she happens, doesn't she? Yeah. Fucking hell. What the fuck was this? Lads, I'll see you next time. This is one hell of a thing. I'm gonna have a fun time editing this. This is just gonna be me, like, bloody looking at shit and doing spoiler warnings and... Oh my god. Hang on, let me just get a good shot here. That is a creepy fucking clown. I need to install a first-person mod so I can see that in greater detail. Anyway, this has been Rimmy. That's been a weird fucking rant started because I just finished watching Battlestar Galactica and I've got the feels built on. And friggin' ended up being just a whole story time with Rimmy. Fucking talking shit with City Skylines with Rimmy. The podcast. The edition. The waste of your time. That shall be the title. I just hope that future Rimmy can come up with a better title. Farewell. But don't worry. I've just realised something almost amazingly poetic. I always end with I'll see you next time.